we did look in the kind of manuscripts register, we could see that in June 1888, Coptic and Arabic papyri were acquired from Ernest A.T. Wallace Budge. So we can make the assumption that it may likely have come in from Budge with that kind of consignment of Coptic and Arabic papyri. So the accessions registers point to these two figures, but from the accessions registers there are very few details, and this kind of paints the picture of these individuals as almost solitary collectors, but actually they worked together. You know, they were giving each other information on their finds. Murch was often negotiating Budge's payments for the British Museum, but they also had common sources. So, for example, Mohammed Muhassib pictured on the left. This may be him. It may be his son. There's a kind of confusion over who the picture is exactly. But he worked as a common source for both men finding objects. And indeed, one contemporary notes that through his hands have passed many of the most important Egyptian monuments, but now in rich museums in Europe and America. So in terms of the custodial history, as Christina Richardson points out when she's writing about Arabic block prints, classification systems based on the canonization of European printing traditions struggle in the face of the global diversity of early printing. And she points to an example of an Arabic block print in the Beinecke at Yale, where the catalogue record says this manuscript is block printed, so an oxymoron. So I think too in the case of the British Museum, there's been this kind of confusion over, is it a printed book, is it manuscript? So Ellis rightfully puts it in the printed book catalogue